All right, we are recording Inspire Beauty. Happy Monday. Happy Martin Luther King Day. So maybe some of you guys didn't have work today or school. Hallelujah. Hallelujah for Martin Luther giving you the day off. Right when you need it most too, coming back after that Christmas holiday break. I'm going to share the screen and dive into our content tonight. I'm super excited to chat with everybody, talking about making and inviting your jam. But before we get into that, this is the fruit of the labor of invitations right here is Success Club, which AKA means lives are being changed. Last Monday, though, you guys, we were at 15 lives changed. A week later, we are at 16 lives changed. And here's the deal. I'm not going to discredit that one life. I'm not going to do it, but we can do better. We can so do better than that. That's only one person adding one person this week. So what if our freaking goal is that everybody who's on this call tonight adds one person this week so that by the time next Monday rolls around, I can't see how many people total are on right now, but I feel like it might be 7. Imagine if we added 7 lives to that, right? Like totally possible. And tonight I'm going to be giving you the tools for that. So I am shouting some friends out, for, just changing lives and rocking this January, but I know we've got more in us. I know we can do better. I want to see more lives being changed, and that just comes with you getting out there and going for the ask. You know what I mean? Huge congratulations to Heather, who added her beautiful picture right here this week. She is going to be at Summit in 2019. It is 2019, but in July with us. And Ashley had already added herself. Guys, we're at 18. My goal is 20 by the end of the month. If you got people in your downline that you want your coaches, like there's nothing freaking better than saying, hey, come to Summit with me, and having one of your coaches like have that aha, have that light bulb. The last 2 years, it's been a progression of adding more of my personal coaches to the Summit roster. And this year, I want you guys to start adding your coaches as you're building teams. So get brave. Ask your teammates. Tell them, even if they're not on these calls, maybe they don't even know. Facebook is being crazy right now with their algorithm, with what we're seeing. So your coaches, your teammates might not even know, like, first of all, who the heck this weird Brittany Frost person is. But second of all, like they might just not even know about Summit and about the opportunity to get there. Keep in mind, if you are a new coach, the new coach price is actually $145. So it's actually $10 less for new coaches than it is for the promo cost right now. So if you're a newer coach, keep that in mind as well, that you could be only spending $145 on that ticket. So enough about that. If you didn't notice, I posted a challenge that we're starting in February. This goes right along with Team Cup. If you don't know what Team Cup is, no worries. We're going to be doing a kickoff call for that, and you'll learn all about that and how you can rally with your other 4 teammates. There's going to be teams of 5 in the February team challenge. In July was our biggest month for Inspire Beauty, and it had the most coaches on the Success Club board, the most coaches on the leaderboard, the most lives of all of 2019 or 2018, were changed in July. And I believe wholeheartedly it was because we did a fun little thing called July Team Challenge. And all I did, y'all, was I took out the July and I put in February. The content is going to be just as awesome as it was in July every single day. If you're in this challenge or not, you're going to hear me on Inspire Beauty every day giving you tips about how you just invite people to join you, right? And so if you're one of these people that you're like, I just want to get going, like I want some traction, I want some movement, you've got to join this. Okay. And if you have coaches on your team that are like a little toe in, a little toe out, like put the foot in, have them join you, say, come do this with me. And we're going to be doing it all together. More information will be coming about that. But all I want from you right now is to go to Inspire Beauty, not right now, but like when the call's over, go to Inspire Beauty. And all you need to do is find this post and underneath say, I'm in, so that I can freaking celebrate you. Okay. I want to see at least 2 full teams assembled. That's 10 people, but I believe out of a team of 77 plus coaches on our team, I believe we could totally get 3 or 4 teams going. But my minimum right now is I want to see 2 teams. So on that note, let's talk about inviting. I want you to make inviting your jam. So often when I talk to coaches and we get on these one-on-ones, the inviting is scary. It's like nervous feelings, okay? But you have to understand that this business has done something for you. These challenge groups have done something for you. You're on this call right now for a reason. Like, there's got to be a reason you popped on tonight. Not everybody on our team is on this call tonight. Not everybody's even going to listen to the replay after it gets posted. So like, if you're on the call live, what made you arrange your schedule so that this was a priority today? Ask yourself that. If you're listening to this as a replay, ask yourself, why was it important to you to listen to something that you couldn't have been on live for because maybe you had something in the way in your schedule? But there's a reason. And here's the deal. At the end of it, this business is so freaking simple. We learn how to love and care for ourselves, and then we learn how to love and care for others. Literally, that's it. Like, get rid of everything else, you guys. We're going to learn how to love and care for ourselves, and then we're going to go out and we're going to learn to love and care for others. That's it at its minimum. So there's no script I can give you, and I'll give you some tonight because you know me, but there's no script I can give you. There's no like magic tool that I haven't released yet. The reality is it's just learning how to speak from the heart. And because today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, or Martin Luther King Day, I don't ever remember like whatever. But anyway, I digress. Because the only reason I kind of know is in my planners is Martin Luther King Day. So I'll take the junior off. But this is a Martin Luther King Jr. quote. And I thought it was so suiting. Not only I wanted to talk about it today, but suiting that our topic for today happened to fall on this day. Because of all the people that have walked this planet, what a freaking hero. Because when his life got challenging, when his mission got challenging, when what he set out to achieve in his time on this planet got challenging, people told him that he should just hate people that hate him or deal with evil in evil ways, right? Like war was the answer, especially in the generation and the era of him like really of speaking and all the speeches out there. War was like the answer for everything. And in a time like that, and especially in a time when African Americans didn't have as strong of a voice, he chose love in everything he did. And I think at its root, your invitation is an invitation to love on somebody. When you reach out to somebody, it's all about love. When you send a hey girl message or you friend somebody for the first time on social media, there's got to be a connection that at its root is love. And I pulled this quote from Martin Luther King Jr. because I thought it was very perfect for tonight. It says, everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. Guys, at the end of the day, we're just serving people. And those like service people who are in the service industry, like teachers serve, right? Nurses serve. People who are in that sort of industry tend to be really great at this job at Beachbody Coaching because you already have a heart for serving others without necessarily getting paid a whole lot in return. So that at its minimum, it's like if you're on this call right now or you're listening to this and you're like, I could care less about serving others, man, there's some heart checks you got to do because this business is built on having that heart to serve. And there is no like training I could give you that is going to make you equipped to do that. You just get to do that because you get to. So we're going to talk about inviting tonight, and I want to give you a couple different scenarios. So obviously last week we talked, and if you haven't watched the message from last week, make sure you go back and listen to the replay of it. But last week we talked about crafting a list and how do you find these new friends, and then once you put your friend on the list, like how do you go through the process of, maybe reaching out and sending him a message all the way through to the invite, right? And we talked through that a little bit, but I want to talk through the different scenarios of what an invitation actually is, because there's not every invitation is necessarily a one size fits all, okay? I'm going to talk to my warm market differently than I might talk to somebody in just a one-on-one message on social media that maybe I don't know very well yet. versus how I'm going to follow up with people versus how I'm going to follow up with somebody the 17th time, right? So I want to talk through these different scenarios tonight. So let's start with your warm market. With your warm market, you guys, and I know you might hate me for this because the warm market for most people tends to be the most awkward. It tends to be the one that you're like, Brittany, I don't want to make that list, but you need to make a list of everyone you know, your friends, your high school friends, your college friends, people you went to church with or go to church with. Maybe you went to church like in, when I was in high school, I was part of this like youth ministry sort of thing. So like jogging my memory with the people that I used to attend that with back in my hometown. Maybe you're in different mom groups, like PTA sorts of things or whatnot, your family, etc. These are the people, when you're kicking off your business, you guys, that I call them like your dirt listers. They're going to love you no matter freaking what. Every time I have a coach go emerald, it's usually with people from their warm market. When you first go emerald the very first time, it's probably going to be your warm market. It's going to be the people that love you no matter whether you do this for 10 years or you quit tomorrow. They're going to love you anyway. Okay? But oftentimes, these are the people that we get the most nervous to invite. And I know I'm a victim of that too. In the beginning of my business, I was like, I'm not talking to my mom. I'm not talking to my dad. I'm not talking to my brother. Like, and I get it. I don't come to this like being like, it was easy for me. I get it. But the more we can just have excitement and understand that at the end of the day, they're your family or they're your like old school friends, when they feel your excitement, they're going to be excited to just love you and support you no matter what. Okay. I want to show you guys an example of a warm market invite. I don't do a lot of warm markets anymore because that well has been kind of dry for a long time, but this is so embarrassing. I went back through the archives to 2013, y'all. I went back in time, and I want you to see my very first invite to a warm market person, which was my Aunt Pam. It says, "Hey, Aunt Pam, hope you were having fun on your little Disney vacay." She happened to be at Disney at the time. I knew that, whatever. "I was wondering if you wanted more info on my challenge group for the new year. Let me know, miss you and love you." That was my aunt, you guys. Like, come on. That was my aunt. How many people, like, show of hands, have invited their aunt yet? You better get on it. Like, and if you don't have an aunt, like, this is like, I digress. But like, you guys, how stupid. First of all, like, I look at this message and like, I buttered it up. Like I didn't just say, hey, join this. But I think she might have liked something that I did, or I don't know what she did. But I invited my Aunt Pam. Was it uncomfortable for me in 2013 to send that to my Aunt Pam? Absolutely. And this is what she responded. "Hi, Brittany. We're having a great time leaving tomorrow morning back to reality." And I said, boo. And then she immediately said, "Yes, please send me info on your challenge group. Thanks." And then I word vomited. Like, I even clipped this for you guys because I want you to see how I used to do things. There is no wrong way to say something to the right person. My Aunt Pam was going to join because she freaking loves me, and she was like, that's it, right? So it doesn't matter what I word vomited. So these are really great people, you guys, to practice with. Practice being terrible at the invite with people who are going to love you no matter what. Okay? So I basically told her, the challenge group lasts 90 days. It's accountability and motivation. There were a couple ways to be involved in it. And then I just like went down this, like I word vomited, right? That's probably not the way I would have done. I would do it today, but I want you to note that I didn't clip the rest of this, but like 2 things later, she ordered Shakeology Home Direct and was my very first SC point that I ever got, was my Aunt Pam. My mom is my oldest, like OG oldest coach on our team. So my warm market helped me back then to get off the ground running, to build confidence by being able to ask my Aunt Pam to join this challenge group and then being able to word vomit on her. I got to practice, you guys. I got to practice. And that's sometimes what we do. Like, we just need a couple swings of the bat, you know what I'm saying, to get warmed up. And so I practiced on my Aunt Pam. I invited my mom to become a coach with me and get Shakeology Home Direct. And I practiced on her, you know? So I think that's important. And before you guys used to show up to Zooms, my mom used to sometimes be the only person that would come on a Zoom. So I got to practice with her. You know what I mean? And so don't underestimate the power of your warm market. Yeah, they might be like for me, I felt like my warm market was always my hardest ones to invite because I didn't want them to judge me But at the end of the day, it wasn't them. It was me judging me, right? So back to the slide, previous slide. I'm not kidding, you guys. Make a list of, like, an exhaustive list. I want you to make a list of at least 50 people, at the very least 50 people. And if you need to go back on your Facebook friends list and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that friend of mine, or oh, I forgot about that family member that we're connected, or oh, like make a freaking exhaustive list. In your back office, in your Coach Online office, there is a memory jogger as well that will help you. It gives like kind of examples like this to help you think through maybe some people that might be missing from your invite. But those are the people, you guys, that you've got to be inviting. One of my warm market, I will also say this, one of my warm market people that I originally invited met me out at the bar. We met at a bar so we could talk about my challenge groups. I brought a binder like this, and I had it filled, you guys, with like I printed off like information on P90X, on Turbo, on every program that Beachbody had at that point. I had like an informative binder. I pulled my binder out and she said, put that shit away, Brittany. And I apologize for cussing, but she literally said that out of her mouth. Put that shit away, Brittany. I just want to hear about your group. She didn't want to see the products. She didn't want to see all this mumbo jumbo. She just wanted to hear my heart. And that was another warm market. So it taught me early on that, like, I don't need to come with this fancy binder of knowledge and look like this professional. I just need to speak from my heart and tell them, yeah, dude, I'm like doing this at-home workout. It saves me so much time because I don't have to like drive to the gym and like fight to get on a treadmill. They're really effective. By the time I'm done, I'm sore, I'm sweaty, like I'm over it, right? I hate Shaun T. But it's good. It's good. And like, look at my before and after, like I'm really making progress, you know? And so speaking from your experience in your heart is really key, but your warm market is who gives you practice with that. The second scenario is going to be messages on social media. A lot of times when we talk about, and I put a call to action on the team page today, just now before the call, I don't know if you saw it, but I did put a call to action post challenge for you, where I challenged you to post something tonight with a call to action about an upcoming challenge group. And in that call to action post, tomorrow, you'll be able to reach out to anybody that likes it, comments on it, et cetera, et cetera. You can also add that to your story, add that same post to your story, and anybody that views that, you can also send them the same message, letting them know that you appreciate them, you know, following your journey and just wanted to make sure they didn't get missed on joining if they were interested, right? But I think sometimes early on in my journey, I posted that challenge for you guys. But this is what happened to me in the beginning of my journey. Is I'd post something like that on social media. I'd post a call to action, join my group, drop an emoji if you want to join, or, you know, message me for more information. And then I waited. And then I'm like, okay, they're going to drop their comment and say they want to be in it, or they're going to message me for more information. And then it'd be crickets. And I'd be so frustrated. And I'm like, well, this isn't working. But the problem is, you've got to get in your inbox. You got to get one-on-one with people, because that's when trust is built. That's when you know if the group is even right for them. That's when they can hear your heart, because you can do voice memos and things like that with them, right? That's kind of when you become likable too. I think it's important that we don't rely just on the post. So the second is, yes, you do need to post on social media, and you need to be consistent with that. But from who's viewing it, from who's liking your stuff, from who's commenting on it, and from who's following you, essentially, that's where you can now take it to the inbox, okay? I think it's important too. I give a lot of scripts, but I think your voice should match the way you show up on social media. So if you don't use words like I do, there are certain words that I use that are probably from the mid-90s, and I'm totally okay with that. But like, if you don't say rad, I say rad. If you don't say jam, like make inviting your jam, if you don't say that, then don't talk like that. Like, speak how you speak. So if I give you a cookie cutter, hey girl, you know, invite message, and you literally send that out, but it doesn't sound the way you sound, or you see a post that I put out there, or anyone really on our team that you're really inspired by, and you take their post and you don't craft it to sound like you, it just doesn't add up. Like, people just don't know who you are, and people can read that, trust me. Okay, so my first thing about messages on social media is, before you even message somebody, make sure that your voice, the way you sound in your inbox, the way you sound, the excitement in your voice if you do a voice memo versus the way you're posting, that it all lines up. if I'm not doing well, like if I'm sick, I will literally tell somebody in my inbox, yeah, I'm so sorry I took forever to get back to you. I've been sick. And I'll let them know that, because I don't want them to think like Brittany's hunky-dory in her inbox, and then on her post, she's talking about how she's been ill, right? Like I want them to be in alignment. Another thing, and you guys are going to hear more about this whole likability concept, but at the end of the day, you could be checking off all the boxes. You could be inviting, you could be sharing on social media, you could be doing all this stuff. But if you're not sincere, and if you don't have a likable quality to you, nobody's going to join you. And so I think that that's like a big gut check sometimes. It's like, am I coming across as likable? Am I coming across on social media as somebody that people would want to be friends with, or want to like do a workout with, or go to the gym with, or whatever, right? Have a glass of wine with. You got to show up likable too. Okay. So those are just a couple of things, because before we even talk about getting into social media, you got to make sure like those things are checked off. But messages can be to new friends. We talked about that last week. You could go alphabet style, meaning if you don't know anybody who to invite today, you literally go into your search bar in your friends list and you type in A, and everybody who's an A, you go through and you say, hey, I hope I haven't been rude by not reaching out sooner. I've got this group happening and I just want to see if you're interested. So you could do alphabet style. If people are watching and loving on your journey, those are awesome people as well. So new friends, I usually will invite new friends about 2 weeks into the relationship, after I've been kind of interacting with them in their inbox, as well as loving on their photos and their stories and whatnot. Alphabet style, which is basically like ripping off the Band-Aid and inviting people, and then people watching and loving on your story. Now, I think a lot of times we get caught up because we tend to start sending the same invites because the same people are watching our story and loving on our journey. And then we're like, well, I don't know who to invite because I've run out of people, because not everybody's liking my stuff, or it's the same people liking my stuff, same people watching my story. Who do I invite? That's when you've just got to put on your big girl pants and go alphabet style and get new people watching your stuff. Do you guys know that on average, only 6% of the people that are your friends or followers, only 6% actually see your post? Of course, the same people are always seeing it, because it might be the same people that are always on at that time, or maybe because they've been interacting with your stuff, Facebook continues to feed them into their feed, or you into their feed. Of course, there's algorithms to this stuff, you guys, but it's only 6%. You know how you get people to see you more? By interacting with them. Then all of a sudden, social media, Instagram and Facebook think, oh, she interacted with their page. They must be friends. They must have some sort of relationship. I'm going to make sure they see that. So it's important, if you're frustrated that it's the same people, maybe you need to go to interact with other people, which is why the alphabet style and making sure every time a new friend comes into your feed that you're interacting with them is really important, you guys. Peanut butter and jelly method is one I love for messaging people on social media. And if you don't know it, there was a national wake-up call done on it just this fall, I think. But I'm going to kind of give you a rundown of this technique here. So it's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So the first piece is the bread. The first thing is sending out a message, letting them know that you are appreciative of them. Maybe they've been watching your story, or they loved on your post, and you let them know that you appreciate their support. So, hey girl, you're awesome. Thank you so much for liking my fitness post yesterday. Your support means the world. Sometimes I get so nervous when posting about, and then you just kind of share what you posted about. Peanut butter is then going to their account and complimenting them. So you're making it unique to them. It's not just a cookie cutter like, hey, you want to join my challenge group? No, cool, moving on, right? You compliment them. You take the time to invest and know about them. Remember back to the top of this when I talked about our only job is to figure out how to love and care for ourselves and then pay it forward and love and care for others. It starts here in the inbox. So compliment them. I just have to say, your food pics on Instagram are incredible. How do you get the lighting so great? I totally struggle with that. Be real. Right? Oh my gosh, like your sweaty selfies are amazing. How do you do sweaty selfies like that? I try to do sweaty selfies and I feel like I look like a mess. Like, be authentic when you talk, right? Okay, then the jelly is now you invite them. Have you ever thought about being a virtual health coach like what I do? Or have you, so if your compliment is maybe something, it doesn't have to be something coaching related, like how they get their pictures so well. But if it's something like, I have to say, your food pictures on Instagram are incredible. Like, has healthy eating always been something that you love doing? And then say, I don't know if you've ever thought about, like, I love teaching my girls how to eat healthy. I think you'd fit in our group, right? So you can do it either way. It doesn't have to be for coaching, but the invite comes in the third part. And then after that, you give them the out. Okay, no worries if not. I just think you'd be freaking amazing at it. Definitely plan to continue supporting the heck out of you on social media. Have the best day, and thanks again for your support. So letting them know, like, you totally don't have to do this, but I still love you, right? So this is a really great technique, because not only is it catered to that person, but it also makes you not so icky. Like, nothing about this to me is icky. If someone took the time to actually, like, look at my pictures and, like, take a notice to something and then comment about that and ask me a question about it so that they could get better, right? It's just building a relationship. So let's look at a couple messages that I've sent. Excuse me. So first one here is Instagram. I want you guys to see, I don't think it's covered up a little bit, but this was October here. And I sent, this was my initial, like, hey girl message when we became friends in October, or she started following me in October. So I sent this, thanks so much for the follow, super excited to get to know you a little bit better. And I let her know, like, to check out my Insta story so she can get the real life of me, and said that we probably have something in common. Anyway, stay in touch and have an awesome day. Notice that she did not like it. She didn't double tap this in my inbox, and she also did not reply. I want you to take note of that. Okay, then November, I had a follow-up reminder for myself, because remember, we send follow-up reminders to ourselves to continue to love on these people and interact with them. So I followed up with her, and I said, sister, your feed makes me smile just looking at it. You seem so happy and full of joy. What's your secret? That's it. I didn't invite her to anything. I just wanted to know, like, what's making you so happy? So one of the things that we have in common is we're both Christian women. Okay, fast forward. So this was all in, like, top of November. October is when we became friends, blah, 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 blah. Here, I invited her right before Thanksgiving. I let her know that we were about to do a 21 days of fitness, and I'm not sure if she has a solid fit routine, but if not, would you want to do a 3-week accountability group with me to finish the year strong? Notice, again, she didn't like it. This is the same person. She didn't like it. She didn't comment. But then I followed up with her, and I said that I know that the holiday weekend got crazy, and I didn't want you to think I forgot about you. Did you happen to peep my message? Is this something you would want to do? No pressure, just wanted to be sure I didn't miss you. And that is when she responded, and she was like, yes, actually, this is something I really want to do. Then, you guys, we went back and forth in my inbox, because she wasn't going to do Shakeology. And then I taught her some more about Shakeology, and then she ended up deciding she'd do Shakeology plus the performance line plus become a coach, and she joined our team in December. And she's been rocking Transform 20 with us so far this month. You guys, that started with a message that she didn't respond to. What if after I sent that first, like, hey girl message and I didn't get a response, what if I just, like, okay, she doesn't want to talk to me? What? No, my job is to love people. So then I went and I loved her. She didn't answer me, so now I'm going to connect with her a little bit deeper. I'm going to notice something about her account and compliment her. So I complimented her. That opened up a floodgate between the two of us. Now we have some sort of mutual understanding and respect. I'm not just coming in her inbox like a robot. I'm coming in to love on her and to form and build a friendship. Okay, then I invited her and she didn't answer. How many people have invited somebody and when they didn't answer, just never sent anything ever again? I'm victim, totally victim. But I sent the 24, 48-hour follow-up and I put it back on me. I let her know, I didn't want you to think that I'd forgotten about you because the Thanksgiving weekend gets crazy. I put it back on me that the weekend gets crazy. I didn't want you to think I forgot about you. But did you happen to see my message? Is this something you want to do? And that's when it opened up. Yes, I do want to do this. Send me the info. And we then went back and forth and she went all in. It takes time though, guys. You're not going to get, very rarely will you send a message to somebody in that first message and like, yes, send me your link. I'm buying everything right now. And I'll be a diamond coach tomorrow. Could you imagine if somebody did that? I was joking with Leia last week because a challenger of mine like called herself like the problem child or whatever. And I was like, it'd be a problem if every coach, if all of you guys didn't need me, if all of you were like rocking Success Club boards, hitting every single rank milestone that you've ever set for yourselves and just rocking everything, every single coach on Inspire Beauty was doing that, you wouldn't need me to mentor you. Like my job would be gone. I wouldn't have a job anymore. And then same thing with our challengers. If our challengers didn't struggle, they wouldn't need us for support, right? So remember, your job is to love and work on yourself and love and help others see that too. Don't forget that. That's the root of it all. And don't give up on people. Don't give up. I'm going to talk about follow-ups here in a second, but do not give up on people. And then here's another example of a message, you guys. Again, this person still hasn't responded to me. I sent her this last week via my story. I just, I said, thanks so much for all the love you sent on my journey. You're the best. I'm actually getting a few more girls together with me to rock this workout program. I want to see if it's something you'd want to do. Totally fine if it's not your jam. But I didn't want to miss you in case you have some goals to rock this January. Either way, let me know. I hope all is well. No response. Okay, what do? 24 or 48 hours later, I send a follow-up. This is one of the follow-ups I've been sending a lot lately. And I'm sending them value. I just let them know, not sure if you saw my last message. I know social media can get super cluttered, but if an accountability group like this isn't your thing right now, no pressure. Sometimes I say if it's not your jam, right? Because that's how I talk. No pressure. Just let me know so I don't miss you. Also notice that I use a freak ton of emojis, you guys, because that I want people to hear my voice, and I feel like emojis are the best way for them to hear it. But if that's not you, then you don't have to plug in 7,000 emojis like I do. And then I give them the out. No pressure. Just let me know so I don't miss you. P.S. Here's one of my fave lunches to make weekday eating a little bit easier and healthier. And I send them to my blog, to a recipe on my blog. You could send them to, you don't need a blog, guys. You don't have to do that. You could send them to Beachbody blog. Or if you got a really great recipe that you love off Skinny Taste or any other website that maybe you frequent, send them value. Hey, this is working for me. That sets you apart. What kind of taste are you leaving in their mouth? Are you the person that came on one time, tried to sell them something, and never came back? Is that the taste you're leaving in somebody's mouth? Or are you the person that loves them and wants them to succeed and sees them when maybe no one else takes notice of them in their entire life, but maybe you do? Maybe you notice them. And so maybe this person never responded to me. So maybe the next time I reach out to her, maybe I need to go to her social media and see what's happening in her life and send her a message about that, right? So let's talk about follow-ups. The average person, guys, takes about 7 touches before they're ready. That's the average person. 7 touches. So 7 touches. A touch could be they saw your social media post. That's a touch. Maybe you sent them a hey girl message, just forming a relationship. That's a touch. Maybe a touch was they watched your story. Maybe another touch is you physically invited them. Maybe another touch is a follow-up. Maybe 3 months later you sent another invite, checking back in on them. That's a touch. Touches can take on different forms, but it's them witnessing what you have to offer and who you are. That's a touch, okay? I love it. She's on the call. Amy, is it okay if I share? Yeah. I love that Amy's on. So this next part, you guys, February 14th, 2017, I sent a message to one Amy Buckby on Facebook. And I actually could totally pull that up. But I sent her my very first message to connect with her on February 14th, 2017. And this is a really great message you guys could also send to people on Valentine's Day. I thought I was brilliant when I thought of this, but I'll remind you guys when we get closer. But I said, hey, Amy, I just wanted to stop by and show you some love today. What better day than Valentine's Day, right? Thank you so much for being a part of my community on Facebook. What are you doing for this special love day? Any fun plans? Coincidentally, Amy was sick after traveling, so no, she was not having any fun. Then we talked about that, and I'm like, get well soon, blah, blah, blah. I didn't invite Amy. But from February 14th, you guys, until October 1st of that year, that's 8 months. For 8 months, I kept coming back into Amy's inbox. Not every time did I come into her inbox and invite her. Sometimes I just saw a post that she shared and I commented about it directly one-on-one. Sometimes I thanked her for the love she showed me on something. But I came into her inbox for 8 months, you guys. Within those 8 months, I sent her 26 follow-ups. And Amy's not special. There are so many Amy's out there that I send 26 follow-ups to. So I'm not putting Amy on blast like, oh, Amy's like unique like everybody else. I just usually send them like 8. Like Amy took 26. No, this is normal. Like, and what's crazy is that of my 26 follow-ups, you guys, they were all unique. I think that is like worth a medal in itself, that I was able to find 26 different ways to say, are you ready? But 26 follow-ups, that's 8 months worth of messaging. And in those 26 follow-ups and those 8 months, I sent her a link to purchase an order 3 times. There were 3 times that she said, what link? Or that she said, I'm ready. And I said, cool. And we got it all set up. And I sent her the link. And then life happened 3 different times. And now, you guys, I asked Amy if she would please share. And she sent this to me because I bugged her earlier about it. As I was doing it, I was like, I got to tell her this. This is funny. So I asked her if she could share what bugging her for so long. Because this is the thing. When I talk about follow-ups, a lot of times people are like, oh, I just don't want to bug somebody. I don't want to be annoying. You know what I do? I say, hey, I hope I'm not bugging you. And I put the little caterpillar emoji, like I put a bug. I make a joke out of it, you guys. I make a joke out of the fact that I'm bugging somebody, right? So if you're afraid of bugging somebody, say it. Hey, I hope I'm not bugging you, and put a little bug, put a little ant. But I asked her, can you share with me what me bugging you for so long has done for your life since October 1st, 2017, when you finally did the dang thing? And she said, you bugging me for so long has changed my life in short. I found a sisterhood of friends that are there no matter what. That's you guys. Even when I don't lean on them when I should. I have gained confidence in who I am and that I deserve love and am someone that people want to be around. Absolutely. I have found comfort in working out and not turning to food for comfort. Although, let's be honest, I sometimes still do. Holla back at your girl, because I do as well. And she has a support system that she never thought she would have. You guys, that's the power of what we do. So when I say make inviting your jam, I'm not like, it's easy breezy, but at the freaking root of it, like, think about the power of what you have to offer. You know this blessing. You know enough today to invite people. There is not another video you need to go watch to send out an invite tonight. There is not another tutorial or training or script that I need to give to you for you to be able to go out there and just freaking love somebody and say, girl, come do this with me. This could change your life. Follow-ups, you guys, show that you care. And the invite without the follow-up is just plain old icky. So I think it's important, and I put this as the third component of an invite, is that we have our warm invites, our warm market, and we have the people that we're one-on-one reaching out to, whether we go alphabetically through our list, or we go to the people who are loving and liking on our stuff and viewing our story. But I think it's so important that we don't forget about following up with people as part of the invitation process, even if we feel like we're bugging somebody. Even if that 7th follow-up, they don't answer us. Mind you, Amy answered me pretty much every time. She was a very good sport. I have other people that are not good sports that just don't answer me, and that's a different story. But you've got to show people you care, okay? And so that's it for what I am sharing tonight. Let me stop share, and I'm going to check out. I already love that. I went diamond with warm market. Yes, you go emerald with warm market. You're going to go diamond with your warm market. You know what I did today? Because our team, you guys, our freaking team is 2 days, 48 hours away. I know, I'm freaking out. We are 48 hours away from being a 2-star diamond team, you guys. It's huge. It's a big freaking deal. And it's just the beginning. So in 48 hours, like, God willing that we hold it for 48 more freaking hours, because it's been a battle. Today, even today, I reached out to a warm market person, my sister-in-law. I said, hey, I need you to buy this to make this person active so that our team hits this goal. And what did she do? I'm down. What do I have to do, Britt? Right? Like, your people are going to come in like clench, like when you need them, like when it's the freaking bottom of the ninth and you're like, I don't know sports enough to really say anything. I just heard that before when people say it. But it's like the bottom of the ninth when there's how many outs? 3 out, 2 outs, and we're all at bat or at base. Yeah, you got it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean. They're going to come in. Those are your clutch people that you're going to need. Diamond, everything. Guys, I went 1 star with my warm market. My husband, right? Yeah. Not afraid to tell someone I don't know the answer to a question, but that I'll find out from. Yes. That's my favorite line. You know what? I'm not really sure, but let me look that up and I'll get back to you. And then I message somebody or I Google. You are special. She is so special. Yes, 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 yes. Any questions, guys, about that? Or like specific scenarios you want to ask about? Anything like after I gave all that, you're like, okay, but I still need this clarified. Keeping in mind, next week we talk about objections.
So there's hope that I have a bunch of Amy's.
Yeah. Totally.
I'm hearing no. I mean, I think everybody else is. I mean, goodness, I've been at SC6 since what, the 5th of the month? You know, for almost 20 days. I came out running, thank goodness. And it's just been lots of no's, but I'm still talking, and people are texting me while we're sitting here talking about a cousin here and a sister there, and people are interested. So I know people are hearing me. One of those no's where I let the mean girl voices jump in sometimes.
And really that's where tribe is. I feel like I'm yelling. That's where tribe is so important, because this business is roller coasters. There are moments where you're on top of the world. There's moments when you're at the bottom. There's moments that feel like a big plateau. There's moments where you'll get a lot of silence. There's days where you'll have a lot of people cheering you on. I can't handle this freaking daughter.
Frank is cheering you on right now, right?
Anyway, there's just, it is a roller coaster. And I was talking with somebody on Julianne's team today, because she's felt very plateaued in her invite. And Julianne's like, can you please like have a one-on-one with her and just talk to her? The person that I spoke to today, you guys, is a 2-time elite coach, 5-star diamond. I'm teaching her how to invite. But that's the thing. She got stuck in her head. She hit a plateau, and it happens to all of us. It doesn't matter what status or rank or wherever you are. You can always get better at your craft. And so if you stop practicing inviting, if you stop following up, if you stop doing these things, well, you're already, writing your story. But Leah, you know as good as I do that there are months where it's quiet, and then all of a sudden the floodgates freaking open because you just kept going even when you weren't hearing anything. And this business is not like your typical 9 to 5 where you clock in and you get paid X amount for X amount of work, right? Sometimes in this business you're going to work your butt off and you're not going to get a lot of return on that right away. You will though. You will. It's that consistency. Any other questions, you guys? Okay. Next week, like I said, we're going to be chatting all about objections and handling them, and how to not just say, okay, when someone tells you I can't afford it or I don't have time, like how to actually start having more of a conversation than just like letting them go. So we're going to talk all through that, and just take note that next Tuesday, you guys, I'm actually going to be doing a call swap with Julianne's team. Next Tuesday evening, I'm hosting her team's call, and that'll end up being at 6 p.m. So my time, Pacific time. So if you are normally on Tuesday night calls, just keep in mind it's going to be an hour later next week, and it'll be combined with Julianne's team. And then the following week, it will also be that same hour later, and it's going to be Julianne speaking on, like I talked about, the likability stuff. Are you likable? And how do you come across on social media? So the next 2 weeks, not this week, but following and the following, good information coming. It'll just be an hour later. So make sure to mark that in your calendars. And I will share that on the page, but just wanted to let you know while I got you. All right, guys, we'll have a fabulous evening. And if you have any questions, bring them to the team page. And don't forget to sign up for February Teen Challenge on the team page. All right? Oh, wait, I didn't take a picture. I saw Amanda fixing her hair. P.S. Amanda, it's really good to see you. I've missed your face. All right, exactly. Sit up, Allison. Come on now. Okay, girlfriend's got to give her like, what, 3 to do her workout nowadays?
I know.
All right, 3, 2, 1, cheese! Yay! All right, thank you, ladies, for joining me tonight. I'll see you on the team page.